Psalm 64. This psalm, many times I have thought about this psalm and the meaning of it. It's kind of in my heart. I think the psalm is amazing. Verse 1, hear my voice, O God, in my meditation. The Hebrew word I see here in my Bible is complaint. I know in the King James here, my cry, oh God, I make my complaint to you, complaining my complaint to God. I have an offense, I can go to God. Timothy Keller mentions that businesses have a complaint department, which is where you can go as a customer and express to the company your disappointment or make your complaint, and then that service department is there to remedy your problem, to help you. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we can go to God with our lives and we can tell him what is troubling us, what hurts, how we would like things changed, what can he do for us. And this is beautiful. What can God do for you? Well, the problem here is in verse 1, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Now, enemies, they can be very powerful. When they are powerful, you fear them. When they're not powerful, you don't care because they're not powerful. But when an enemy is powerful, then you can fear them. You could think of how they could destroy you, how they could hurt you. This is a real thing. This is the thing about the Psalms, is that they are prayers to God in the context of a real troubled world, a real troubled life, real fear of an enemy, real trouble. And we can make our complaint to God and let him know how we are thinking and feeling. Verse 2, hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. So you can see there are wicked people making wicked plans. And there are social issues of the day that are wicked, that are just wrong and are silly and are really lacking wisdom. They sharpen their tongue like a sword, verse 3. They bend their bows to shoot their arrows, bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the blameless. Suddenly they shoot at him and do not fear. So this is out of 10 people, maybe there is one who is not ashamed of being, they're not ashamed of being public, not ashamed of being aggressive. Out of 10 people, there's one, the spokesman, the one that can be sharp and strong, their personality. They're not shy, they're not timid, they're not embarrassed, but they're aggressive and they shoot with their words, and they are an enemy. They're an enemy of righteousness. They are an enemy of truth. They tell lies and add more lies to more lies. It's amazing. So verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They talk of laying snares secretly. They have this advantage that they believe it's actually, it goes against them, but they believe if they can do it secretly, they will get away with it. Nobody will find out. They will do it secretly. So this is, they say, who will see them? Now, there's a story in Genesis 16 about Hagar being thrown out of Abraham's household. Sarah wanted her out, and Abraham did with the baby, and they were taken out. And then it says that God, there was a well there, and that God is the God that sees. He is the God that sees. So these people don't believe that God, they don't believe in God maybe, or they do, but that God is not seeing them. It reminds us of Psalm 55, that God says, you steal, you commit adultery, you think I am like you because I am quiet. There's another psalm, awake, Lord, awake out of sleep, like a strong man waking up out of his sleep. Yeah. Is that Psalm? Where is that? 77? Okay, now, verse 5, they say, who will see them? They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme. Both the inward thought and the heart of man are deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Now here's the beautiful thing. When there is evil, it actually has weight to it, and that weight can cause a collapse. When we lie, the lie has weight that contradicts our moral character and fiber, and we have guilt. And then if I don't have guilt, I have the weight of the lie as it is involving other people, and there's pressure, there's anxiety, but they are covered by the idea that nobody sees them, and so they go on their way. But they fall from the weight of their own iniquity. They fall also from the fact that God sees them and that God shall shoot at them. Look at verse, their thoughts are very deep, verse 6. The inward thought and the heart of man are deep, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. And what kind of wound is it? Suddenly they shall be wounded. Is it some kind of spiritual, psychological wound? Is it something, is it a friend turns on them? A betrayal in the conspiracy? Is it some fear of the future? Is it the loss of a child? Is it disappointment in a business scheme? Is it a betrayal? This is interesting. What God shall shoot at them. You see, Chesterton said an interesting thing, that Lucifer fell from heaven by the weight of his own iniquity. That's not in the Bible, but the thought is interesting that evil people live under the weight and the burden of the iniquity that they are carrying and living in. But I think they could get away with it except for the fact that God shoots at them. That's the other side of it. I mean, that's just a comment and something that to think about. So, gossipers, people leave them. When there's somebody gossiping, they make a circle of gossip, and they have their friends and they're talking, they're sharing information. But more serious people, doctrinal, wise, humble people are not listening to gossip. They are wise and they care about people with love and respect people and pray for them and love them in their hearts. This is a fellowship of of holiness that is encouraging us, that builds us up, and we go far in ministry and far in life because of light, love, grace. So here we have verse 8. So he will make them stumble over their own tongue. All who see them shall flee away. You get away from the wicked people that have been devising and plotting and wanting to take down. You get away from them. You flee from them. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider his doing. We will see God in life. You see his work, how he honors the humble, gives grace to the humble, that he resists the proud. He can take them down. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. That's it. Wow, what a good word. I wonder what the hymn is that you're going to sing today through the day. Here is one, when peace like a river. Let's see if we can sing. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate, and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Okay, God bless you.